Okay, hello everyone. I think it's 6 p.m. And 12 people are watching this YouTube video. Okay, let's start the information session. And first of all, everyone, thank you for having interest in and coming to this event, Build Mercari 2023 online briefing session. Yeah, so thank you very much. And let's start. And first of all, let me introduce myself. I am a president of this information session, and my name is Masanori Murakami. So everyone calls me Mashi, so please call me Masi. And I'm in talent acquisition team in Mercari and joined Mercari in 2022. And yeah, nice to meet you today. And first of all, let me share a little announcement. And firstly, this event is being recorded and streaming live on YouTube. And secondly, please leave your comments or questions or any concerns on YouTube live comments. I think you can see the comment list on the YouTube and you can leave comment. And we have like Q&A session in the last content. So I think if you have any problems or questions, please leave comment on the YouTube. Yeah, and please feel free to tweet on the Twitter, and hashtag is Build Mercari. So yeah, and please share about this event on the Twitter as well. Okay, so first of all, this is kind of a kind of ice break, and this is kind of a practice for the comment on the YouTube. So question is, what would you like to do in spring season or March or next month, April? And you can leave the comment on the YouTube. So please give us some comments on the YouTube. So we're in Japan, and Japan is like spring season. It's coming spring season, and we can see like sakura, or like yeah, it's kind of a Japanese culture. And so for me, I'd like to see cherry blossom and sakura in this season. And also, the COVID-19 is becoming decreased. So yeah, I'd like to go travel overseas as well. Oh, thank you for your comment, Hanami. Yeah, the same as me. Yeah, I'd like to go to Hanami. So the cherry blossom season in Japan. So, oh, thank you for your comment, Chika-san. Yeah, go overseas as well. Yeah, I'd like to go overseas, and yeah, so the COVID is the situation is changing. Yeah, I think we can go travel and outside Japan. And thank you for your comment. I'd like to come to Japan in March or April. Yeah, so I think you are not staying in Japan at this time, but yeah, the March or April is very good season to visit Japan. And also, yeah, I want to upskill in marketing work. Yeah, upskill is, I think, one of the work very important. So yeah, thank you for your comment. Yeah, thank you for everyone. So at the last contents, so you can you have some questions, please leave comment on the YouTube channel. Yeah, so thank you for your time. Okay, so let's start the schedule. So now we are at the welcome notes, and after that, so we are going to share about the Mercari Group. I think some of you have never like heard about what is Mercari. So yeah, let us share about the Mercari Group, and after that, we're going to like share about why DNA matters to us. So Build Mercari is one of the like DNA program. So yeah, let me share about this as well. And after that, so I'm gonna tell you about the Build Mercari 2023. I think this is most important things for you. So yeah, let me share about this. And after that, we invite the alumni Build Mercari, and she's gonna share about the experience of the Build Mercari the last 2 years ago. Yeah, so I hope that you would understand Build Mercari as well. And lastly, we're gonna hold the Q&A session. Yeah, so if you have any questions or concerns, please tell me on the YouTube comment. Okay, so first of all, let us share about the Mercari Group. So Lika-san, please introduce yourself and let's start the explanation.
All right, thank you very much, Machi-san. So can you go to the next slide? Thank you. So hi everyone, my name is Rika. I'm in the same talent acquisition team, same as Machi-san. And today I will be briefly talking about our group. Next slide, please. So first off, company overview. So Mercari Group is actually made up of Mercari and a few other group companies. In blue, you can see Japan region. And under Japan region, we have Marketplace and FinTech. Under Marketplace, we have Mercari, Sozo, and FinTech, we have Merpay, Mercoin. I will be talking about a few of the companies in here today because we don't have enough time to cover all the companies. Next slide, please. Okay, so before getting into like what we actually do, I would like to first touch on our mission, which is very, very important to us. Our mission is circulate all forms of value to unleash the potential in all people. We actually updated this mission and just last month after having our 10th anniversary in Mercari. So Mercari is not just a C2C marketplace app. We provide this easy to use and secure platform in order to ultimately unleash the potential in all people. Also, so what we mean by this is that by circulating items, many kinds of different kinds of items through selling and buying on Mercari, and also circulating money on Merpay, we make it possible for anyone to buy things and try new things and ultimately unleash the potential in all kind of people. So that's our group mission. So next slide, please. So now I would like to talk about two companies under Marketplace, Mercari and Sozo. First, Mercari. Okay, so what is Mercari? I am not sure how many of you here have actually used Mercari. So if we have a little bit of time, can someone like comment in the chat, YouTube chat, if you have used Mercari before? I hope everyone has heard about like what we do. Anyone has used Mercari before? I guess not. Okay. All right then. So for those, I've used, okay, great, thank you. So what is Mercari? So we are a C2C marketplace app in Japan where anyone can buy and sell items easily. Next slide, please. And before Mercari, everyone used to throw away things that are not necessary anymore. But with Mercari, they can sell them to those who see value in them, who still want them. So Mercari comes in between, right between sellers and buyers, and provides secure and easy way to sell and buy items such as escrow payment, violation detection, and when it comes to listing, we have barcode listing, AI image recognition, which makes it super easy to use Mercari. Next slide, please. Okay, so future growth. So I mentioned just now that we just had our 10th anniversary. So yeah, it's been 10 years since the foundation of Mercari, but the number of listing is still growing. So we reached 3 billion in November last year. But there is still a lot of people who want to try selling on Mercari but haven't tried. So we still have a lot of potential and number of listing. So that is Mercari. Now let's move on to Mercari Shops, which is operated by Sozo. That's another company. So what Mercari Shops is it's an e-commerce platform that allows anyone to have their own online shop using just a smartphone, just like Mercari. So as you can see in these photos, you see many vegetables. So if you are a farmer, traditionally you just sell veggies at a store, but here on Mercari shops, you can list whatever vegetables that you have and sell it to anyone. Or you make your own accessories and you can sell those accessories to anyone using this platform. Next slide, please. Okay. So what is different from other kind of services that is like out there? One advantage that we have in Mercari shops is that so a lot of times opening an online shop is difficult without technology knowledge or experience, but it's very easy on Mercari shops because we provide easy to use online store management with familiar Mercari UX. And another thing is that many small business owners find it difficult to actually sell product. They might be able to have their own shop online, but when it comes to selling, it's difficult to attract potential buyers. But in Mercari, it's easy to sell. Mercari shops, it's easy to sell because we provide opportunity to sell directly to our existing Mercari customers, removing the needs to gather customers on their own. So that's what we do in Mercari shops. Next up, let's move on to fintech. So fintech, I would like to talk about Merpay, which is a mobile payment app within Mercari app. So maybe some of you have already used Merpay before. And Merpay actually has a separate mission from Mercari, which is to create trust and build a seamless society. Next slide, please. So what Merpay is aiming to do is not to be another mobile payment app. As some of you might know, we have a lot of payment systems like PayPay, Apple Pay, Suica, like a lot. But we actually want to change the idea of value exchange. And we would like to realize a world where people can achieve their goals and do what they love, even if they don't have enough cash at hand to do so. So value exchange is traditionally done with money. Of course, if you want to buy a bottle of water, you pay money to get one. But what we would like to do with Merpay is to use the trust, or it's also known as credit, instead of the actual money. And where does this trust or credit come from? So when you buy or sell something on Mercari, buyers and sellers rate each other. And by looking closely at transaction data and purchase behavior of our customers, we grant credit to each of our customers, which let them make their purchases without money. This is actually one of Merpay's feature called deferred payment, where our customers are allocated a certain amount of money based on the level of trust they have, which let them make a purchase without money, even then make payments in the following months. Okay, so that is the concept of Merpay. And right now we have 3 focus areas. So one is payment. Even if you don't have a wallet, you can just use the Merpay as a payment method. And credit is what I was talking about just now. And also growing wallet. So we started a service allowing our customers to use their Merpay balance for asset management and more. So these are the 3 focus areas. And that's it for the our company brief overview. And now I would like to, again, briefly talk about values as well. I talked about mission, but this value is something that is very important for us too. We have 3 values: go bold, all for one, be a pro. And yeah, this is like my personal thing, but what I personally like about this value is that we actually use these values in our daily lives, in our like work. Like we talk to each other saying, you know, that was very bold of you, what you did last week or yesterday, or let's do this all for one, things like that. So it's something that's very ingrained in our Mercari employees. All right, next slide, please. Also, a little bit about our organization. So we have very diverse talent within Mercari. So we have employees coming from about 40 countries, and approximately 50% of our engineering organization in Mercari is non-Japanese. So it's very diverse. There are a lot of teams where they talk in English, or mixed English, mixed Japanese. So yeah, it's we have a very diverse workforce. And next slide, please. And also, I would like to introduce about working style. So we have been teleworking or remote working for the last 3 years since the breakout of COVID. And we announced Mercari our own work style called Your Choice, which basically allows our employees to work from anywhere as long as they are in Japan, which making it possible for people to have their flexible work style. So yeah, this is we actually, like I would say, like 80 to 9% of us actually use this work Your Choice, and it's a very popular work policy within Mercari. All right, so I think that's it from me. So Masi-san, please take it over from here.
Okay, Rika-san, thank you very much for your great presentation. I think many of you would understand about what is Mercari and many kinds of surveys and the work style, flexible work style, or diversity environment. Okay, so let's move on to the next topics. And from this topic, we are going to tell you why Mercari focus on the D&I. So yeah, I think you will understand about the D&I murders in Mercari. So Kum-san, okay, please introduce yourself and start the presentation.
Thank you, Mas-san. Hi, my name is Kum. I also joined an internship such as Build Mercari 10 years ago, and I have made so many friends who have similar background, and it encouraged me to work in this field. I worked at a console game company when I was new grad. I'm currently working as a software engineer at Mercari. I specialize in AI, backend, and iOS development. Outside of work, I'm also involved in D&I organization and the Build Mercari project. My goal is to encourage more women and minorities who are interested in STEM fields through this program. Next slide, please. We will talk about the four topics here in terms of why programs like Build at Mercari are necessary. Next slide, right, please. First, I'd like to start by defining diversity and inclusion. This means completely different things. Next, please. Diversity refers to all attributes and characteristics that differ from others. At the core of who we are is our identity, and as shown in this diagram, these are diverse aspects at different levels. In particular, the first level of diversity includes gender identity, sexual orientation, ethnicity, and race, age, and physical characteristics can be considered the most important aspect in forming one's identity. The second level of diversity includes social elements such as family structure, languages, and communication. There are also layers of diversity that exist in organizational and cultural context. Even the same person can be part of the majority or minority depending on their position and environment. Next slide, please. Inclusion refers to a sense of cultural and environmental belongings. That means feeling valued and respected by your team. To fully unleash our 100% potentials, it is important to respect, acknowledge, and accept diversity in order for us. Next slide, please. Diversity and inclusion need to work together in tandem. If we only focus on increasing diversity without creating an environment where differences are respected, we may not only suffer from communication problems, our commitment may also suffer. Next slide, please. The next, let me introduce diversity's positive impact on business. You may think the person considers D&I a purely ethical consideration with no relationship to business and no place at a company. This slide shows some of the positive impact diversity can have on organizations. Surveys have shown that diverse organizations make better business decisions up to 87% of the time, and make decisions twice as fast and meet only half as often, and deliver 60% better result. Next slide, please. This slide shows the positive impact on financial metrics. For example, according to a report published by Boston Consulting Group, high diversity companies record 38% higher revenue than low diversity companies. There is also another data point here. Teams can increase customer understanding by 158% by having even one member from a similar background to the target customer. Next, please. So diversity is said to yield a positive impact on costs, talent acquisition marketing, creativity, problem resolution, and adaptability to change. Next, please. Next, let me talk about why does Mercari promote D&I? The answer is quite simple. Mercari promotes D&I because it is essential to achieve our corporate mission. Our corporate mission is to circulate all forms of value to unleash the potential in all people. We believe that increasing diversity and inclusion within the company will give two important results. On the left side, you can see how it will affect our product. Having a diverse and inclusive team at Mercari will allow us to better understand the need of diverse users in order to provide a more robust buying and selling experience. On the right side, you can see how it will affect our organization. We want to create an environment where employees from diverse backgrounds are able to perform to their fullest potential. And for this, we need to provide a fair chance for members of all backgrounds, foster a culture of learning, and build trust to help employees feel like they truly belong. Next, please. Next, how exactly is Mercari promoting D&I? First, from a policy standpoint, we have our benefit program dubbed Mercari Box. These are various policies put in place to help anyone who might come into a situation where they cannot work for reasons that may range from childcare, caregiving, fertility treatment to illness. Next, please. As we introduced before, we also introduced a system called Your Choice last year that allowed employees to freely choose when and from where they work. Employees can work from wherever they'd like in Japan with a full flex time schedule. Next, please. These benefits aren't just there, but they are really being utilized by our members. In fact, 100% of women take maternity leave, but we have about 90% of men take paternity leave, which is extremely rare in Japan. Male employees take about 2 months off for childcare on average. In Japan, the average male usage rate of childcare leave is 12%, so 90% is extremely high compared to this average. Next, please. There are also other company initiatives that contribute to D&I. Mercari held an unconscious bias workshop for all employees and released the material of this program for free, so they are available for anyone to use. We've also formed a partnership with Kamiyama Kosen, Kamiyama Kosen, a technical high school in Kagawa Prefecture, in order to provide support for students in STEM. And we recently launched the Mercari Restart program as well. There are many of people who had to stop work for various reasons, illness, caring for children, etc. This program has been designed to help these people restart their careers. Next slide, please. This is not part of Mercari business, but it is a foundation that our CEO Shintaro Yamada established as a personal project. It offers scholarship for middle school girls going into STEM. Although this isn't directly related to our company, but I think this shows how our CEO personally is committed to action. Next, please. Build Mercari is one of the initiatives for promoting diversity and inclusion. It is a program designed to provide women and minorities interested in STEM field with an opportunity to experience the work of software engineers and consider it as a potential career path. Now let me tell you about Mercari involvement in the Build Mercari program. Next, please. This is Japan's gender gap ranking. The World Economic Forum put out a global gender gap report every year, in which they measure the gender gap of each country and rank them accordingly. We are 116th out of 156. Unfortunately, Japan ranked close to last among developed countries. Next, please. Let's take a look at education. At the STEM field, in particular, the reality is that there are very few female students in STEM. They make up only 27% of the sciences and 15% of engineering, which is also very low from a global perspective. Next, please. So, why is this? There are two key reasons for this. Because there are systemic systemic bias, even by parents and educators, that women aren't good at STEM, so they shouldn't pursue it. Another is the fact that most role models in STEM field, including educators, are men. Next, please. We believe that supporting women and minorities in STEM field is crucial in bringing diversity to the industry. We hope that the Build Mercari program can contribute to your future careers. After listening to the next session, if you find it interesting, please consider applying. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Kum-san. I think many of you would understand about why Mercari focus on the D&I and the situation in the world. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, and let me share about the Build Mercari 2023. Okay, so I think it takes 10 minutes, and after that, we invite the alumni, and let's move on to the next talk session. Okay, first of all, Build Mercari is an online skill training and internship program, which aims to encourage the minority group in IT or STEM field. And we have two parts, and as you can see the left side, the first one is Build Training Program. And in this program, you will understand the computer science basis and the last week, so you will participate in a hackathon, the team hackathon, and you will understand how to make the product in this program. And this is 3 weeks program, and we accept 40 to 50 people, and also we use Japanese or English. And the second one, as you can see, reside, Build Internship. This is the paid internship, and from August to September, and it is 2-month internship, and we accept 10 to 15 people. And this is also in this section, we can use Japanese or English. Yeah, that is the brief introduction. And many like students or like those who want to like participate in the Build Mercari, so they asked me about what is the difference between Build Mercari and regular internship. So let me share about the difference. And you can see the difference. The left side is Build Mercari, and right side is summer internship, like regular internship. So in Build Mercari, like expectation for interns is like understand the team domain knowledge and developing process. And also the task image is slowly implement tasks over the course of 1 month. That would take employees 3 or 5 days to complete. And also you can get the support from EMs or mentors, and so how to like proceed tasks, or in addition to this, so you can ask about the career image or career path in Mercari. So that is the example and difference between Build Mercari and regular internship. Yeah, and the schedule overview is the following. So we are now accepting the application. So by 31st in this month. So please apply if you want to join. And from June to July, those who want to like participate in the paid internship. So from June to July is the selection process season, and after that, in August to September, so you will be participating in the Build internship, paid internship. That is the schedule overview. Okay, so let me explain about the requirements. And as you can see, the requirements, but the sentence with red color, that is the important. So let me share these two things. So the main purpose for Build Mercari is to help the IT or STEM fields minority. So the important things is to feel the self-identity as a member of the minority group. That is the important things. And also, Build Mercari will be held in Japan. So we have like time difference if those who live in another country. So those who want to join Build Mercari, so you need to reside and work permits. Yeah, have work permits in Japan. And another requirement is you need to like have base level computer science knowledge, and the details are the following. So you need to take the coding test in the Build Mercari. So yeah, that is one of the requirements. So please check before applying to this program. Okay. Then so let me share about the training program details. And if you join in like Build Mercari training program, you need to use 2 or 3 hours in a day. And so please note it. And as I told you before, the week 1, 2, and in this duration, you will learn about the computer science basis. And after that, you will join the team hackathon. That is the overview of the contents. And the Build Internship is so from August to September, and you can like choose the engineering language, backend, front-end, iOS, or machine learning. And we accept approximately 10 or 15 people. So that is the overview of the internship. And this is the first participants in Build Mercari. So we started this program from 3 years ago, and more than 200 people have participated so far, and 5 have already joined Mercari. And yeah, so many people have joined, and so if you want to join, so please apply to this program. Yeah, so that is the brief introduction of the Build Mercari 2023. And so I think only my explanation, I think it is difficult for you to image of the Build Mercari. So we invite alumni, so new grads member, and I want her to share about why did she join Build Mercari and something like that. So Giselle, yeah, so please introduce yourself and please share about your experience in Build Mercari.
Okay, thank you, Mashi-san. Yeah, can you guys hear me correctly? I hope you can. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comments. So hello, everyone. I'm Giselle. I joined Mercari last year from July as a software engineer, and I'm now currently working for the team Marketing Data Science. I'm mainly working in the field of machine learning. So I joined the program Build Mercari at 2021 from September for the internship program, but for the training, I joined in 2021 in April. And yeah, so I think maybe a lot of you would be doubting. Yeah, so maybe a lot of you would be doubting whether if you're from a non-CS background, would this be a good program for you? So yeah, don't worry. I'm from a background of environmental science, and I mainly study ecology, studying plants in my university's life. So in case any of you, if you are worried, just don't worry. Yeah, let's move on to next slide. Yeah, so first reasons for applying. Yeah, and it will also be interesting to know, well, what are your reasons of applying? So if you have time, please let me know in the comment. So my reasons of applying. First, I got to know Mercari from a girls' hackathon inside my university in 2019. So I think the most impressive image I had for Mercari back then was during that hackathon, we had a career talk session, and we have a lot of speakers from other company, and most of them are well dressed in suits, and they're emitting a very professional atmosphere. And also, for a lot of company, tech, especially tech companies in Japan, most of the participants are male, so like there could be a really huge gender gap between like those speakers. But for Mercari, I think all the speakers were female, including engineers. So yeah, I had the impression that this company is like really inclusive one. So first reason. And second reason is because I'm from the Department of Environmental Science. There's actually not a lot of people around me who's interested in a career in tech and or becoming software engineer. So I think by joining this program, like even if I don't get into the final internship, I can still have the opportunity to communicate with many like-minded people. So that's a second reason. So third, yeah, because I'm from environmental science and my 4 years of training, basically, we're trying to distinguish which company are really sustainable and which company is not. So Mercari is one of the few companies that survived years of scrutiny. So I think, yes, this is a really sustainable business. So yeah, this is the third reason. And the fourth, but most important reason is I was interested in machine learning back then, but all the information I learned is either from open course or Kaggle or like textbook or like school lecture. But for these knowledge, I don't see actually how I can apply these knowledge in real world cases and how things would go if I'm working in a non-ideal, very chaotic environment. So yeah, I think it would be interesting to get some real world industrial knowledge. So that's the most important reason why I applied. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the first part is the training. So because the time when I joined, COVID was, I think it was in its full swing. So we had everything online. So basically our learning, we had two parts. The first part is we are given a Udemy course list, where we can freely take courses that's recommended by the engineers. And then we have office hour with engineers, and we can ask them all kind of questions, from career questions, and also if there's anything that we don't understand from the Udemy course, and we can discuss during the office hours. And then we also have group learning and communication sessions. So we had a Slack study group, and in there we can communicate with peers and we can put up our daily study plan. And in case anybody is studying the same topic, we can try to see if we can solve each other's problem. And also we have T-chat sessions where we can chill and just talk some random topics with our peers and like build our connections. And some fun fact, I actually solved most of my Udemy course problems and bugs by doing pair programming with two of my group study mates. And luckily, all three of us managed to get the internship offer during the summer. So an important thing I think that was achieved already even during the training is to make good friends who share the same passion and who share the same goal. And yeah, next slide, please. So this is the basic timeline for the internship period, like after you pass the test for the internship. So first, before I formally start my internship, we had a pre-joining meeting with my mentor and my manager where we talked about what I like to achieve during my internship time. And then I think I formally joined on September the 15th. And then we had an like onboarding session, which is 2 weeks, where I started to get familiar with the company's information system, and also like our work style and also our team members and communication style. And 2 weeks later, I started to develop the experiment design while consulting with my mentor and my manager. And in the middle of my internship period, I start running the experiment and developing models. So I had this representation around like 1 week prior to the last day of my internship. And in the last week, I was just chilling and having fun with my team member, leaving up some good memories. Next slide, please. Yeah, so I think some of you might be curious, like what skills that I think I acquired during this internship process. So first, I got experience with database management system and also GCP and also SQL. I remember when I was taking the Mercari training process, I was taking a DBMS class from university. I think one of the questions I asked to the engineers during our office hours, like, how useful is database management knowledge? Like, I'm using textbook from 30, 20 years ago, and are these knowledge still relevant? And the answer is yes, it is very relevant. It is the basis of all the work of a machine learning engineer. So in case you're taking any relevant classes, yeah, it's really important. And it's a really valuable skill that I was able to gain from my internship experience. And the next is like doing version control and using Git and GitHub. So I think I was a beginner Git user at the beginning. So I used Git to manage my graduation thesis, but I never use it like to manage group project. So that is one valuable thing I think I can only learn under a industry environment. And also the next thing is to independently design and run modeling experiment. Because, for example, usually when you're either taking class or you're doing Kaggle competition, you already have your data set prepared for you. Like people tell you which target variable you're trying to predict or explain and which features you're using. But under a real world environment, you need to decide all of them on your own. Like nobody's gonna give it to you. So I think that was another really important lesson I learned. Yeah, next slide, please. So finally, message to participants. So just in case any of you are still thinking about whether you should join this program, I think this program would be right for you if you're looking for a diverse community of aspiring engineers and you want to venture out of the ivory tower and learn from real-world professionals. And even if you're not so confident to work as an independent software engineer, but you're still willing to learn, don't hesitate to join the program because this program is built exactly for those who haven't got any real-world experience in software engineering. And the last is just have fun and enjoy every bit of the program, even the application process. I feel writing the application doc and preparing for interviews and technology tests, it really helped me keep track of my skill and also helped me learn a lot of new knowledges. So that is all from me. Let me know in the comment if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your great presentation, Giselle. And yeah, so I think most of you will understood about the details of the Build Mercari training program and also about the internship program. Yeah, so as Giselle said, so don't hesitate to apply. So looking forward to waiting for your reply. Okay. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's move on to the next section. So we are going to start the Q&A session. So from Q&A session. So if you have any like problems or like concerns or so please leave your comment on your YouTube comments section, and we will pick the comment up and we will answer one by one. Yeah. Okay. So anything you want to ask, please leave the comment. Okay. So not only me, but also you want to ask like Giselle or like the DNA team. So yeah, you can ask. So please ask me anything. Okay. So I can see the comment from Fiona, I think, about the mail pay. Okay, so are there any ways you use to measure trust levels of a mail pay user? Yeah, there are like many kinds of way to measure that trust level, but in most cases, we measure that user actions, like how many items they sold on their Maker apps, or For example, they can like send the item in time on time. So that kinds of the example. So based on something like these actions, so we measure the trust levels and we define the trust levels. Yeah. So that is the like explanation. And what program language is used for test? Okay, so I left a comment. Okay. Yeah, I left comment. So from Mercari DevJP. So this is these are the programming language in the coding test. So when you like take the test, please see this like programming language. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Okay, so can you give an explanation of the project you did during the internship? Okay, so I think Diesel. So can you explain about the like project? So during the internship, so if you can.
Yeah, so just in brief, because I was working in marketing data science team, so my internship task was to build a model to predict the customer's churn rate. In case you haven't heard about the word churn, it means people who's starting to reduce their time spent on their app and is like having the tendency of not using it anymore. So we want to stop that. We want to know what is the problem and if there's anything we can do to help people restart using our app more frequently. Yeah, so I think for my task, it includes mainly two parts. The first part is doing data analysis and communicating with stakeholders about like which target variable you want to predict and what is the time span of the desired prediction. And the second part is to build a model where you can try out a lot of like algorithm and also a lot of approaches, and then you wrap up your output into a report and share it during the presentation. But I think this is only for machine learning. But if you're interested in like other positions, we could have like totally different projects.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Giselle, and thank you for your sharing. I think you will understand about the image of the internship program. Okay, so we have only 8 minutes, so let's look at quickly. And from Mark, thank you for your comment. Yeah, okay, so can I still apply? Yeah, technically you can apply to this Build Mercari program, but the purpose of this program and the main target is like those who have like so feel like as minority in IT or STEM field or don't have the background of the computer science. That is the main target. So yeah, so that is the answer from me. So yeah, that is okay. So from Malagu-san, okay, I'm master graduate in CS and software development from India. I want to work in Mercari Japan intern. I had applied for software Japan Mercari, but got rejected. Oh, okay. So I think you were talking about the another like internship position in Mercari. So I think those if you the time span is very important. So if you like if your last application is 6 months before you can apply. So yeah, please check when you like apply at the last time. That is very important. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Thank you for your comment, Steve Luis. We have women mentors or at least the opportunity to hear the experience and perspective. Yeah, so you can, I think it depends on the like team situation, but in most cases, you can like have the women mentors in the training program or internship program. Yeah, so it depends on the situation, but in most cases, I think you can have the mentors. Over, Giselle? you can answer.
Oh, yeah. So for the question about women mentors, so my mentor, she's a lady. And also in our team, the gender ratio is like half and half. So we have like half male and half female. So it's really well balanced. So yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you very much for your sharing. Okay, so let's move on to the next questions. Thank you for the presentation. I want to ask usually how many people apply for this program and could men apply for this program? Okay, so the number of the like application is like how do you say it's a little bit confidential, but more than like 100 people apply to this program, I guess. And men also apply to this program, but the main purpose and main target is for like those who feel as minority. So the important point is not only gender, but also they feel, how they feel. So that is the important aspect. So yeah, so please check and think about that. Okay, thank you very much. And Colette-san, thank you for your comment. Question: what levels of knowledge should we have about programming to can apply for the internship? Okay, for so this is talking about the Build Mercari training or internship. So talking about the Build Mercari training program, so coding test is a little bit easier compared to the internship coding test because the main target is like those who don't have like computer science knowledge or something like that. So coding test is a little bit easier compared to that like internship program. But the internship program, so it's a little bit difficult compared to the like training program coding test. So yeah, that is the difference of the level of the knowledge. Yeah, so but in most test is for like calculating or like the basis computer like science knowledge. So yeah, so please check about this. Okay, so I think we can answer all questions. So if you don't have any other questions, okay, so let's move on to the last closing session. Yeah, okay, so if you have any questions, so if you didn't ask us about another questions, so in that I will share about the survey, the 1 minute survey, the questionnaire. So please leave the another comment or questions on the survey. Okay, yeah. Okay, so everyone, thank you for coming to this event today. And I think I hope that you would understand about what is Build Mercari and why the other matter is important to us, and the image of the training program and this program. So please give us your honest feedback so you can answer the questionnaire survey on this QR code, or I will share the link on the comment. So yeah, please check and give us feedback, honest feedback. And yeah, so lastly, thank you for having interest in this event, and please don't hesitate to apply to this program. So looking forward to seeing you again. Yeah, so thank you for your coming today, and see you again. Bye-bye.